Anyone who has watched my videos will know that I introduce myself often as someone who helps you avoid unnecessary dental treatments. I want you to have beautiful, healthy, shiny, natural teeth so that you don't ever need even to go for cleaning. Ideally, that the plaque disappears, your teeth are smooth and hard and shiny, you don't need anything done to them. To me, that is the dream. The topic of fluoride really separates the dental profession. I'm sure you've noticed that there are regular dentists who work in regular dental offices, and most of them will want to put fluoride varnish on your kids' teeth, or they will give you toothpaste as you go home that has fluoride in it. They are fully immersed. They're not looking at whether it's stannous or sodium. They're giving away whatever the companies are giving to them. They don't mind. They don't probably know that there are all these differences. As I mentioned, this is a self-journey that I took myself on, and I've been on it now for over 40 years since discovering what had happened to my children. I became fiercely interested in how do you marry the benefits without the harms. And I don't think unless I had traveled this journey, I would have been any different from any other dentist. I don't know if I would have been in the you've got to use fluoride camp, or perhaps the biologic world where people are more alternative, who believe in health foods and the importance of the gut biome. Because honestly, that's where I fit myself, always have done. At the age of 14, I was a health food nut. I used to shop in little health food stores in back alleys. They were little dark places where you'd go and get your oats and millets and make your own vitamins. And this was me. I was a teenager, completely immersed in the benefits of what you would get from eating good foods, the different foods with fiber and the nutrients that you could get by mixing spices. And that was me. I have been a health food nut ever since. That was my philosophy of life, is that nature provides us with these incredible tools. I could take it one step further to say nature actually provides us with these tools that can help us to heal ourselves. And that is, if we do that every day in advance of damage, that is what I call prevention. You prevent damage by healing yourself before the damage begins. And that is my philosophy about dental care. Anyone who has watched my videos will know that I introduce myself often as someone who helps you avoid unnecessary dental treatments. I want you to have beautiful, healthy, shiny, natural teeth so that you don't ever need even to go for cleaning. Ideally, that the plaque disappears, your teeth are smooth and hard and shiny, you don't need anything done to them. To me, that is the dream. That is my goal as a dentist, is for you to experience the dream mouth. I have achieved it. It took time, it took learning, it took experimenting on my poor, unfortunate children. But my youngest child is the beneficiary of the dream. She has never had a dental cleaning, with the exception of the time she drove herself to the dentist with a new car and didn't have the nerve to tell him not to do a cleaning. But apart from that one incident, she has never had a dental cleaning. Her teeth are beautiful. She was in the Smile poster for Whole Foods. Her teeth are so great. That is the beneficiary. She is the beneficiary of the strategies that I recommend. But I want you to know that I would put myself in the category with biologic dentists from the point of view of wanting this natural approach. The argument, in a way, that I have with biologic dentistry is that most biologic dentists would be averse. I have patients all the time telling me, "Oh, I use your system, but I've never told my dentist because he doesn't believe in fluoride." And you see, I hear over and over again these stories of people. First of all, they go to take their silver amalgams out, and we have another video on that, but they change it to have a white filling. We have a video about that too. But the white fillings act as plaque magnets, And so very soon thereafter, about 10 years later, those fillings need replacement. And then 10 or so years after that, often these teeth die, then they crack, then they need root canals, then perhaps the root canal fails, then perhaps they need an implant, or even worse, an extraction perhaps, or which is worse. I don't know, you don't want that. As I said, my goal for you is nothing. No treatment, perfect teeth, strong, healthy, because then your body will be healthy. Your gums will be healthy. Every filling a dentist puts in puts your gums at risk. Every filling a dentist put in has the risk of killing your tooth. This is the fact. And every cavity is preventable and reversible if you begin soon enough. Do I believe in biologic dentistry? Yes-ish, but not all the treatment that goes on there all the time. Why do they not believe in fluoride? Because they believe it's a toxin, a neurotoxin, or it's dangerous for you. Well, we've explained that drinking it is very different from applying it topically and spitting it out. You can argue, what about absorbing it through the skin? Because we know that you can easily absorb things through the mouth. Well, it all depends on the molecule size. And years ago, there was an acupuncturist here in Austin, actually long before I lived in Austin, and she was really interested in oral health and my strategies. And she was also, as a complete holistic healer, also open-minded enough to listen to me. We went out and discussed fluoride in great depth, and she understood. I told her what I've told you today. It was probably an hour seminar for her too. But she got the message. But she was worried. She was worried about this absorption, particularly because her husband was a doctor who treated Hashimoto's patients. That's when your thyroid is problematic, and where you should not have excess fluoride in your body because you have a thyroid upset. She was concerned, does the fluoride get into your bloodstream when you rinse with it? Does it get into your bloodstream if you brush your teeth with it? And so they did testing, they did blood tests, they looked at that and were satisfied that in the way I recommend, with the dilution that I recommend, in the strategy that I recommend, there was no problem. They supported the really sick patients with a little iodine support. You need to be aware, fluoride is in foods and drinks. I've told the story before, but it's worth telling again, that I was in the sauna one day listening to two girls talking, and they were talking about their thyroid problems. And I couldn't bear it anymore. I had to say, excuse me, you do know that there's fluoride in iced tea. Tea has a lot of fluoride in it. It's the leaves of the tea plant that actually concentrate fluoride within itself. So if you brew a pot of tea, you have a pot of quite strong fluoride, many times stronger than the mouth rinse that I recommend. And these girls had no idea. I recommend maybe if you have a thyroid problem, you should keep your ingestion of iced tea to about 10 ounces a day. She was like, oh my goodness, I make myself pots, big jugs of iced tea to drink. That would not be a good idea if you have a thyroid problem. So let's be realistic about where fluoride exists and realize that drinking it is very different from topical. The amount you use, or the strength, the concentrations that I'm talking about are very, very dilute. You could drink it. You don't want to drink green liquid like I suggest, but you could, because it isn't that strong. And the amount I recommend would be half the amount that they tell you on the bottle to use. And were you to drink it, nothing would happen. It's less than in the iced tea. So let's be realistic about what we're doing. Let's understand that fluoride, or if you have kidney problems, you don't want to be drinking it. Let's learn which foods. It's in potatoes, it's in certain other foods. Let's get ourselves well acquainted with where fluoride at high concentrations is, So if you have a kidney problem or a thyroid problem, you can be very careful about how much you ingest. I'm with you. Let's get those facts. Let's let the Fluoride Network people put those facts out there for everybody, and let's look at them online. That's the best source ever. But let's not be so terrified of fluoride that you won't brush it on your teeth or rinse with it, but you would prefer to have fillings deteriorate around the edges of them, which is what happens when you have a white filling. It isn't the filling that deteriorates, it's the fact that it attracts plaque. Plaque erodes the enamel around the edge of the filling or edge of a sealant, and this erosion allows a porosity and openings to occur, and the bacteria of your mouth can get in there and form cavities. That's why your teeth need more filling and more fillings and new fillings and forever treatments and crowns, and that's why your teeth break, because they get porous. And women in particular, and this is one of my pet peeves, men do not usually suffer the same way young women suffer from acidic saliva. If your saliva, the liquid in your mouth, is acidic, it makes your teeth porous. If your teeth are porous, they will be open to decay, to fracture, to breaking, to all the damage and disease that occurs. If you rinse with fluoride at this dilute concentration that I've talked about, it works particularly well in acidic environments. We talked about that too. You, with your acidic saliva, are going to benefit so much that you are not going to have all these damaging things happen to your teeth. Before you go and have a filling, before you start down this journey, if you're just told that you have a small cavity, use the strategies that I recommend. Use them for 3 to 6 months, and the chances are you will make that cavity go away. That's how incredible this can be. The other incredible thing that I recommend is to use it in harmony with xylitol. We talked about how acidity can make fluoride more useful. Well, xylitol and fluoride are also kind of not sister elements, but they're sister companions. We found in studies years ago that by combining the use of regular small amounts of xylitol during the day with some dilute fluoride rinsing, you get not just the benefits of the fluoride rinsing plus the benefits of the xylitol, but they work in some synergistic way that boosts the outcome of the two to some level they wouldn't either one achieve by themselves. So it is called synergy. There is something going on between the use of xylitol and dilute fluoride rinsing that is particularly spectacular. So on that note, I'm not downplaying either side of dentistry. I understand why there are these two camps. I hope perhaps we can come together, that the new generation of dentists out there, and probably the forward-thinking, open-minded, good dentists in both camps, might spend time and learn some things they didn't know before about fluoride, or maybe they didn't have time to think about it. I've had a lot of time and a lot of occasion to think about fluoride. And that's really how I've taken these steps and ended up where I stand today. And if your dentist becomes interested, maybe it's a biologic dentist who has closed the door on fluoride, but because you are using my strategies and they are taking notice that things are improving, perhaps we can talk, or you can bring them a book, or give them a link to this video, and we can bring more people together, because the goal is that you will not end up with broken, decayed, pain and suffering from dental disease and damage that's completely preventable. So I want to wrap this up, and I appreciate your interest in this topic, but I want to make sure you understand that I am recommending topical use of sodium fluoride. That is a very specific compound of fluoride, and that this is all about the correct use of this correct product, a dilute sodium fluoride product used in the correct way, which would be the topical application of the product and not the ingestion of the product. If you'd like to learn more and learn more about the other products that I recommend, please go to drellie.com. That's my website where you'll get a free downloadable booklet. There are links to all the products that I actually recommend, so you can look at them and go buy them by yourself, or you can go through Amazon, or you can get a kit to start out with so you have everything exactly right. I also have a video boot camp where I interact with the students there as much as I possibly can to answer questions and put people on their journey to oral health.